Yeah, I don't think I have a right mood to talk about this topic, but I do feel angry about, uh, what he's been through. Anyways, for those who haven't know about him, by the way, as you are hearing this, well, he actually owned a website called Forfinity since 2007, but you know, so many people had met him either online or real life. We're having fun with him as of his lifetime during his presence. But that's not what we're gonna talk about today. But what I'm talking about today is how the medical care would have screwed him just to let it happen. Like, how could this happen to him? I just wonder. Something, you know, someone who was this high profile, if the if your patient is like high profile like this, like famous, I wonder, do you even treat him? Like honestly, I'm not gonna call the name of that medical care in question, but I'm just being curious. Like, do you really even treat people who has a high profile or like famous, like Taylor Swift or Kanye West or anybody you do know? But do you even treat people for this? Like seriously. But another thing that I discover is that like my country can do this, but what about yours? How how could you not do it? What I mean is the cost of the medical care in insurance. Let me ask you. I mean, whoever made that medical care. Do you think your equipment really fits the needs of the patients? Do patients really need that equipment just to get better? Do these things really necessary? Like the cost that made the cost of the cost of uh, the medical care bill would have been expensive, but I we see the pictures of people protesting on the road. It's about this problem. Like, it really happened. You know, I wanted to remind you that his death on August 6th would have been a wake up call, or, a whistleblower to let the medical care to act up something. This is a serious one. This isn't a joke. Like real serious. Do you really keep um, famous people alive, or do you really taking away their money? But the consequences is that the money you took from the people who was having a terrible conditions or worse condition, they already being worse, but you just take money from them. Like honestly, what am I witnessing in this decade? By the way, I'm just talking from the other side of the earth, but like it really made me angry or furious. Like how how could how could how could that happen? Like I'm absolutely shocked. Do you really need to wait to let this happen? You continue in a dark path for what? That's That's what I'm wondering to the Medicare that was in question. I yeah, it's really struggle. Like honestly, some people would have went through like he did. To be honest, do they really move to the another state just to get a cheaper price for getting medical care? This was from the statistics of cheap medical care or something. But for this case, you know, do he really? Do you really like overcharging us like this? Like, why is this so much? It's quite unnecessary for some reason. Again, our patients don't even need that much expensive machine to save them. They just need the right equipment just to save it. I know you want a medical equipment, but you better think again that you might overcharging us over something that we don't really need it just to treat ourselves better. Like, this is a huge problem in terms of the medical care in the country. Other places, they don't. They already handle themselves, their equipment, just right for, the entire hospital. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, I do really feel bad for him to go through like this. This is really terrible, honestly. He owns, our places in the fandom, like a huge portion of it. But they let it happen. This is so tough to discuss for this topic, but I honestly felt nothing to say because like what did they do to him? Yeah, YouTube. I don't know if I would allow to upload this, but this is a completely serious and it's really struck our hearts because we really love him. I mean, most of us, including me. So that's it. That's for the podcast.